to part 2, I guess, of today's video. As you can see in the previous video, we took off a lot of parts on the front, discarded a lot of damages, and today I think I'm going to work on taking off and looking at the interior to see if I could fix or replace anything, hopefully clean up the car a little bit, and then start working on a few things like the fender or the bumper, see if I could save it. If I can save it, save some money. If not to, go ahead and buy the parts. So let's see what I can do. All right, so we started from the back. A few things that are, I contacted the owner, who's a family friend. They have a few things here, so I'm gonna take the important things out and then, well, get the car looking a little bit cleaner. Let's get into it. Looks pretty clean, to be honest. Not a lot of stains. The back looks even cleaner. So as you can see, the trunk looks very clean. So today my goal is to, should I say clean up the car? Clean up the car, work on some of the parts, like the bumper or the hood, see if I can salvage it so I don't spend too much money. So I spent the first hours of the morning vacuuming the carpet in the back, and then later started cleaning the back seat, just vacuuming any dust particles or dirt that was in the seats. Also took out the carpets in the front, and then later went to do some more cleaning to make sure the car was clean and ready for the work. I just realized this door panel is black. It's not supposed to be black. It's supposed to be gray. Well, anyway, a lot of things will match in this car. So I'm just thinking of doing a complete refresh. That is, everything becomes suede. That is, all of everything inside here is suede. And this stays like a carbon fiber. Or I spray it black, then take all the panels off, all switches, all of it goes black, or carbon fiber, as well as the insides. The seats, I think I'll leave them black and do something else with them while I still try to figure out what I want to do with the front end, because the more I look at it, the more I realize it's bigger than I thought. Not the parts I have to replace, but more so the what to do to take them off. It's a bigger deal. So first I'm gonna try to take out this CarPlay unit because I don't want it. I'm gonna order a new CarPlay unit maybe. Okay, so first thing I've fixed so far is this. So this wasn't closing before. Well, it's not closing still, but when I manually shut it, I think there's supposed to be a spring mechanism or something on the door that should like hold it in place, but here, this works. If I hit it, it's not coming off unless I open it. So that's one fix. This I'm gonna, I guess I have to do it after, but after I clean the car up, I'm gonna sand this down and spray it with primer, and then spray it with some other good stuff that I have. Next thing we're gonna work on is sorry, a little bit messy. Bum, 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 bum. This right here. Okay. It's the glove compartment. Now, if you can look here, it's not completely in, so I'm gonna have to take it out. There you go, and see what is wrong with this. Did it break? Didn't break, so it could just be that it wasn't clipping on very well. So I'm going to put it back in where it's supposed to go. Good. Hey, fixed it. Look at that. Thought I was gonna have to get a new one. Almost spent $25. Hey, good savings, you know. This, I'm gonna take it off. I'm gonna have to pry this frame off, but to be honest, I don't want to also, well, the fan doesn't work. Oh, looks like I might have to get a fan lever. Doesn't move at all. Oop. So yeah, I might have to take this off, but I'm gonna wait, clean the car off, get the CarPlay parts, and get some good detailing started. So I started off the session with cleaning off the back seats, and as I mentioned in my previous video, I run a detailing business. I don't really do a lot of work right now because of school, but here's me cleaning the back seat of the car, making it clean and safe so I don't inhale any form of dirt or, you know, dust particles in the process of working on the car. At this point, I was also cleaning the doors and the panels because they look very dirty too. The steam gun definitely helped a lot to break off a lot of dirt and just, you know, residue that wouldn't go off with just soap and a brush. I went on to also clean up the front, which was a little easier, but it was harder to move around because of, you know, the seat and the dash together, even after I moved the seat all the way back. But able to figure a way out, and I got it super clean and ready to do the next thing for today's project. Okay, here we go. Finished cleaning up the car, a lot cleaner than it was before, looking way better. Now these are the last bits I think I'm gonna do for today, is to see if I can kind of bring the bumper back to its original look, and then see if I can save some of the panels. It's not perfect, trust me, it's not even perfect, but I think with some taps and some movements here and there, I think I should be able to save the fender without having to buy a new one. Like I said, it has a lot of dents. There you go. If you look this way, it has some 2 dents here and here. So I'm gonna try to see if I can tap that out a little bit with my mallet, or just see what I can do to restore it back. If I finally fit it and it doesn't fit, then I know, like, hey, you know, I have to let this go and try to get a different one. But for now, at this point, I was trying to get the dents off the fender, just trying some tap-in techniques I've seen online. Since the dents were not very tiny and hard to get out, they were just big and needed some patience. So after like tapping and moving it around, I just needed it to fit on the fender if I tried to install it again to get the panel gaps all correct. But I think after doing this, I might need to get the fender. I'm just gonna get it in case it doesn't fit or doesn't look too well. Here's me trying it out on the car. It did work very well, but you could still see there was some type of work, you know, done on it. Here I was now working on the frame that is taking off the frame that holds the radiator, and also the horn, and just like the little structure in the middle, I forgot what it's called. And then I started working on trying to figure out if I was gonna take off the entire frame so I could really work on adjusting, you know, the side rails really well. But it took me a while. I had to take off about 3 or 4 bolts and then get the top upper frame off to be able to do that assessment I needed to do. now like this frame welds into that this part right here. So I personally don't think this is all the way bent. I don't see anything that shows it's bent, except maybe on the top here, bottom here, that's like, I can kind of like bring that back up, you know? But then you can see there's a bit of dent in here too. Kind of fix you guys a little bit closer. There's a bent right in here, so that doesn't really help a lot. That's why I was saying I was gonna order the entire frame, because trying to do it any other way is not the best. So yeah, I'm gonna keep trying. Over here I am drilling out the spot welds. There's about 3 of them. There's one on the top on the side where I'm at right now, and then there's one right in the front where I'm at. That was a little harder to take off, I realized, but after some persuasion and some force, I was able to loosen it up and then finally just like tap it off. So if you can look right here, I had to drill through the welds. There's one here, there's the second one down here, and one right at the top right there. But then I'm having a little difficulty here because I think, if you can see my hand from the bottom, right, it's kind of also stuck right, the sheet is also stuck right under right there. So I have to kind of chisel it out gently without bending or breaking anything, because this is in perfect shape. The whole bar is in perfect shape, so I don't want to bend or break it. So I just want to give it a good tap, get that out, and then straighten this out if I can. And then I've got to figure this one out. But like the lower part right here, you can see that it's not supposed to be bent like in and sideways. It's supposed to be straight so it can support everything else. But let's see. And right here, if I compare it to this side, over here, if you can see it, I hope you can, but right here, it's straight, so it sits flat, and just like this, if I should put it here, face to face, it's not flat. It doesn't sit flat at all. So I have to kind of bend it up just a little bit, a slight bit, not so much. At this point, I was done with working on the car's body and then the frame, and now I started working on the bumper to try to fix it and bring it back to a good enough place. Now over here, if you do take a closer look as I flip the bumper over, you can tell that on the left side on the screen where my hand is right now, it's kind of also pushed back. Now that's not something you can just pop back in place. I'd require a heat gun to make the plastic a little bit softer so then I can tap it out or use like some type of round circular objects to just press it back into its original shape. Then because of the force, force generates heat. That heat kind of baked it back into that awkward position. So I'd have to pull it back out and then sand the entire bumper and then just get it ready for paint. Over here, I am currently plastic welding the crack that is on the bumper. It's very light, nothing too deep, but I spent my time using a plastic welder to just weld everything back together. And then hopefully in the next video you see me using the Bondo to fix the little crevices that are left to just make it a little perfect, and then hopefully start spraying on the bumper. And I have to do this for the other broken parts on the bumper as well. Okay, so it looks very messy right now. As you can see, all the plastic welds are holding it pretty well. Because of how much damage the back in the middle had. It's not really the best, but overall it's good. Saved this side, saved this side, saved this side, and saved the third side over here. So I'm gonna let it sit and cure for a couple of days. I'll be back next week. I'll be back next week to finish up this. I'm gonna order the hood and the hood struts, and then the brackets for the sides here and there. I think we're good. I was able to straighten out the frame just a little bit. So hopefully next week, if I get the bumper in time, I'm gonna start putting everything back together, seeing how it works, and I think we should be good, to be honest. Thank you for watching this video. Today wasn't very organized. Had a lot of things going on, but thanks for watching the video.